I'm going to posit a theory here. My theory goes like this. The reason that most Republican elected lawmakers or those trying to get elected come off as creepy and or stupid is because they are. I feel like I've got a whole abundance of evidence to prove this. But why don't we talk about a specific case today? I never thought we'd be returning to this subject, but here we are. We're talking about when women are sadly the victims of rape or incest, and now in this America will be forced in numerous states to bear the children, a daughter having to bear the child of her father, a woman having to bear the child of her rapist, and then in some states that rapist actually having paternity claims. This is sick. And these people are sick, and that they're so sexually obsessed, as I talked about in an earlier video about Ken Paxton and Clarence Thomas Longdong Silver himself and their attempt to get rid of the Lawrence precedent in the Supreme Court that would mean that they can tell you how to have sex and with who and which actual orifi are okay, and I'm not kidding, should give you an idea about what creepy little freaks they are. So when we're discussing rape, numerous Republicans, Christie, gnome, South Dakota governor, others, let's just make lemons out of lemonade, or let's just make lemonade out of lemons. Hey, you just got raped, no big deal. Let's have a life. Let's have a child I didn't intend to have, and look at them every day and have them remind us of our rapist or of the person in my family who molested me. It's sick, really. We have a state senator here in Ohio who is infamous. She was a congresswoman for a while and sucked at that job as much as she sucks at this job, who said the same kind of thing. Like, oh, well, you didn't plan to have a life, but you just make the best of it. Like, you went to a fair and your balloon popped and you're upset, so you do the best you can. Kind of like that, in that way. And they're out there. They're all over the place, and it'll be really interesting as this election season heats up to hear how they defend rape and molestation just being sort of kind of bad things that happen that you really can just make the best of. It doesn't sort of take over your life for 9 months while you're pregnant with the baby of the person who violated you. It doesn't make it so you can't work. It doesn't put you under economic stress. It doesn't put you under any sort of health dangers. It doesn't change your life at all. So swell you up, maybe make you gain weight that you don't want to gain, and every other thing that happens with pregnancy for those of us who understand what pregnancy is. So even worse, even sicker are the ones who come at you with the debunked theories of, well, rape doesn't cause people to get pregnant. Now, if you're old enough or just were paying attention back in 2012, you may remember infamously there was a congressman named Todd Akin, and Claire McCaskill beat him like a rented mule because he said if a legitimate rape happens, I'm not sure, we never knew what the illegitimate rapes were, then the body shuts that whole thing down. And where he got his theory from was the usual right-wing group of cranks. It didn't make any sense. Well, now we have a new holder of the title, the late Todd Akin, who passed away a year ago. He's gone now. Now we have, let's see, what is her wonderful name? Karrin Taylor Robinson. She's running for governor in Arizona, and she seems swell. She said, first of all, that rape was extremely rare. If you look at the Guttmacher Institute and other sort of reliable organizations that report on this, they'll tell you that 80% of rapes don't go unreported for various reasons. Women are scared for their life. Women are ashamed. They don't go reported. Ms. Robinson forgot that right here. In addition to that, there's the fact that she's getting her little theory about, oh, well, it doesn't happen often or whatever. Basically that's because she's getting from a National Review article that only 2% of pregnancies happen from rapes. And being a stupid person, she wouldn't put together that, and to her that means, see, it doesn't happen, as opposed to rape doesn't happen as often as sex that's not rape, and rape also is underreported. So we only know about that many, and there's many fewer pregnancies from that. It doesn't mean it doesn't happen. So let's read from her great radio interview, I believe it's radio, with host Barry Markson. Barry said, let's say there's a 14-year-old girl who was being raped by her stepfather and is now pregnant. And in Arizona, where abortion is generally illegal, should that be an exception when abortion is permitted in that circumstance? And the brilliant, her name's Robson, by the way, not Robinson, or maybe she's Mrs. Robinson is what I was thinking of. Come over here, Ben, sit on my lap. I believe life begins at conception, and quite frankly, it's, the instance of pregnancy occurring in violent situations are extremely rare. In fact, it's estimated about, less than 2% of those situations do a pregnancy occur. So again, she's taking a stat that has nothing to do with what she's saying. She's not analyzing all rapes and saying only 2% lead to pregnancies. She's looking at a national review stat that says of the pregnancies out there, 2% are due to rape, and 80%, as we know from other sources, are underreported. You do the math on that. So she's creepily basically saying that, hey, I'd like to get in your personal life, and if you were raped and however else you got pregnant, the state should know, but then also being the moron she is, she can't read basic statistics. And that is why we're stuck where we are, because we've got people, again, who are creepy and are stupid and are Republican, and please don't vote for them.